brotherhood. Yeah, that's a cute idea. In reality, it's a joke. Politicians, musicians, soldiers, you'll think there'll be some loyalty. But no, this week, we're looking at what happens when brothers turn on each other. Trump, Zelensky, and Vance turned the Oval Office into a soap opera. Angie Stone, a legend, gone, and now everybody suddenly cares. Where was that love when she was still here? And veterans, man, they gave everything, and what did they get? Jack. One old vet I know, his mind started slipping. Half his stories were real, the other half straight out of a TV show. But looking at how this country treats its vets, maybe the fiction was better. Strap in, this one's gonna hurt.
Kiss the ring.
Excuse me, have you been to Ukraine?
Yeah, I watch it on YouTube. Kiss the ring, Zola.
You better be glad English is my 7th language because I'd whoop your
Thank America. Kiss the ring.
This is great. 2 mice in a cage.
Let me tell you a quick one. 3 dope female friends in the 80s, big hair, wild dreams, project hallways, their hidden talent shows just trying to get on. One night, boom, they end up backstage at a Sugar Hill concert, face to face with the actual CEO of Sugar Hill Records. Audition right there. She signs them on the spot. First female group on the label. Drop a single and it blows up. But here's the catch. Fame showed up, money didn't. Years go by, hits drop, but those royalty checks, MIA, so they bounce. One of them goes solo, grinds, joins an R&B hip-hop group, lands a solo deal with Arista, drops No More Rain, gets some shine. Then the label head throws a fit, jumps ship, drags her to a new label, new album, same old industry game. After that, life on the road, living gig to gig, that's showbiz, baby.
Y'all, we are gathered here today in the house of the Lord for Miss Angela Sloan.
Take your time.
Now, I don't wanna make this about me, but I just need a moment. Y'all, artists like Angela, they are treated like strangers in their own industry, and they give their blood, their sweat, their tears. And what do? We ignore them. We push them aside like a plate of cold macaroni at a church potluck.
Amen.
And I know y'all feel me, because every one of us in here has been done dirty. I mean, look at me. If Angela had just let me produce her album back in '98, she would have gone platinum.
Sir, she blocked you.
But I'm not bitter. No. I am here, standing before you today, with love in my heart, to say, we must doctor better.
Give Mr. Preston a hand for his version of I Have a Dream. Except this ain't no dream. It's a eulogy for Miss Angela Sloan. Now, I ain't trying to step on any toes here, but if you're tired of artists being ignored, mistreated, or just plain overlooked, why don't you do something about it? You know what's wild? This whole thing has become a rite of passage, like hazing into the club of you've been screwed over. We all know the game. You sign a deal, boom, royalties, gone. Songs, stolen. And it don't matter how famous you are, 'cause even the ones nobody's ever heard of got a bad contract sitting in somebody's filing cabinet. And yet y'all expect artists to just stop doing what they do? That's like telling a broke man to quit his job just because his boss is a jerk. Oh sure, just kick back and enjoy being poor. Meanwhile, the people with money are sitting pretty. But let's keep it real. Half of y'all wouldn't be here if she wasn't famous. If she hadn't made headlines or been racially profiled at an airport, we'd be somewhere else right now.
She was my best friend.
Ma'am, didn't she block you on Facebook? I spent 8 solid years on the road with Miss Sloan. 8 years of shaking a tambourine. 8 years of, "You're sure my tambourine not too loud, Miss Sloan?" And you know what's hilarious? I was lugging around 336 pounds, all while banging on that tambourine when I should have been picking up the keyboard.
Man, when that draft letter for Vietnam showed up, my stomach fell out my body. Seemed like everybody was getting one. Fools were so scared, they wouldn't even check the mailbox. My mama tried to trick me into getting the mail once, talking about, "Boy, go see if your auntie sent you some money." Yeah, nice try, lady. I knew what time it was. It was just a different era, man. I heard about this one dude, super slick, bought himself 5 deferments. 5. Like he was collecting get-out-of-war free cards. Meanwhile, his best friend shipped out like next day delivery. And you know what's crazy? That same dude, the one who dodged Vietnam, ended up running the whole country. Ain't that something? The thing about war, you form bonds stronger than marriage. You take bullets for each other, you dodge landmines together, and if the rations are low, you split the last can of Spam like it's filet mignon. Vietnam was no different. I was part of a special unit, 5 of us, straight killers. The government called us highly skilled operatives. I called us 5 dudes who made really bad decisions. We took on the impossible missions, the ones they didn't even put on paper. We were ghosts. One guy, completely unhinged, escaped from a psych ward. Probably should have been in there longer, but put a rifle in his hands and he was a genius. Another, a professional scammer, could talk his way out of a war crime while committing a war crime. Then there was our leader, tough as nails. The kind of guy who could break out of a POW camp with nothing but a shoelace and a bad attitude. Me and my buddy AB, we'd swap out on missions, covering for each other when things got too hot. But this one time, everything went sideways. I mean sideways. Command got wiped out. Headquarters burned to the ground. And next thing we knew, they were accusing us of robbing a bank. Now, the only guy who could clear our names, dead. The files that proved our innocence, poof, up in flames. And just like that, we were court-martialed. No trial, no nothing, straight to Leavenworth. But let me tell you something, you don't just lock up guys like us. Somewhere on the way to prison, we slipped the cuffs, took out the guards, nicely, and disappeared into the wind. And you know what we did when the war ended? We became mercenaries, helping people who had nowhere else to turn. We operated in the shadows, fighting for the little guy. Oh wait, my bad. That's the origin story of the A-Team. My mind slips sometimes. One day the government's really gonna show veterans how they feel. No health care, bounce checks, then just good luck, sucker. That's my time.
Some folks give everything, blood, sweat, sanity, just to keep this country moving. Veterans who fought for freedom, they barely get to enjoy. Artists who pour their souls into the world, only to be paid in exposure and broken promises. Angie Stone sunk her way through hard times to keep her kids off the street. Same way some soldiers fought just to come home to a shutdown VA clinic and a bounce check. Meanwhile, the suits at the top, they remember your name when it's convenient. When it's time to wave a flag or roll you out for a tribute. But when the cameras are off, crickets. This country runs on forgetting. But here's the truth. No soldiers, no freedom. No Angie, no soundtrack. And if we keep acting like respect is some luxury we can't afford, we're not just broke, we're bankrupt.